So good morning. The topic assigned to us was static and dynamic stability. So first we're going to discuss about static stability. So there are three types of static stability. So the first type is the positive static stability. So what is a positive static stability? It is when an aircraft that has positive static stability tends to return to its original attitude when it's disturbed. So, paano natin siya maintindihan? So, for example, meron tayong bowl, then meron tayong bola sa ilalim nun. Then, pag minove natin yung ball na yon sa kabilang side, ang mangyayari is babalik siya dun sa original position niya, which is sa gitna. So, yun yung positive static stability. Pag ginalaw natin yung object, is babalik siya dun sa pinanggalingan niya. So, next is yung neutral static stability. So, an aircraft that has neutral static stability tends to stay in its new attitude when it is disturbed. So, for example, meron tayong table, then meron tayong bola sa ibabaw nun. So, pag minove natin yung bola na yon sa right side, mag-i-stay yung bola na yon kung saan natin siya minove. So, ganun yung neutral static stability. So, next is yung negative static stability. So, an aircraft that has negative static stability tends to continue moving away from its original attitude when it is disturbed. So, for example, meron tayong inverted na bowl na may bola sa tip nun. So, pag minove natin yung bola na yon to the left or to right, ang tendency is lumayo siya from original position lalo. So, pababa siya dito or pababa siya dito. So, yun yung negative static stability. So, moving to the next topic, which is dynamic stability.
So like in static stability, dynamic longitudinal stability has three types. But first, ano nga ba yung dynamic longitudinal stability? Dynamic longitudinal stability is how an aircraft or an airplane responds over a certain period of time to a disturbance. So yung longitudinal, that refers to the disturbance in pitch, meaning when stabilizing, ang common na ginagamit na flight control surfaces natin ay horizontal stabilizer or yung elevator. Also, in this type of stability, oscillations of an aircraft is present, meaning may up and down movement siya for stability. So, for the three types, meron tayong positive, neutral, and negative dynamic stability. And among these three, positive dynamic stability is the ideal stability na dapat ma-experience ng aircraft. Yan. So, when we have positive dynamic stability, it refers to the process or the progression of an aircraft to return to its original state over a period of time. So, for example, an aircraft flying at a constant altitude experiences a gust of wind, making the nose of the aircraft deflects upward. So, ang mangyari is aangat yung nose ng aircraft. Then, due to stabilization, it will have a tendency to go back to its neutral position pero mag-overshoot siya dun sa original altitude ng aircraft. Same din kapag umangat na yung aircraft. However, hindi siya constant. Over time, those oscillations will get smaller and smaller until the aircraft is in the neutral line, which make it ideal. So, ganito yung mangyayari. We can see that the oscillations flatten itself out and the aircraft return into its original neutral position. Next is neutral dynamic stability. This indicates that the first oscillations that the aircraft experienced after stabilizing due to, for example, a gust of wind, will be the same along its path. So basically, those oscillations are constant. Same amount, same distance from neutral line. And this oscillations is also called fuguloid. So in fuguloid oscillation, the altitude of the aircraft decreases while the speed of the aircraft increases. Ganun din siya, vice versa, altitude increases, speed decreases. And that makes these oscillations constant. Next, last is the negative dynamic stability. It is the process or the progression of an aircraft to deflect itself into its original state over a period of time. So this is kind of the same as the positive dynamic stability, but instead of flattening itself out or returning into its original neutral position, this negative stability deflects the aircraft out, making those oscillations become bigger and bigger and farther from the neutral position over a period of time. So, ayan, palaki ng palaki. So, that concludes our report in static and dynamic stability. Thank you.